Hey y'all, I'm here with the YSL Young Thug trial day 46, and they had one of the best detectives on the stand now. Yes, he did. Uh, I don't know what's going. I really don't know what's going on in this Rico trial. I really don't know. I really don't know why they call him to the stand. Cause he really didn't talk. He didn't really say nothing about no witness. I mean, I don't know what we doing here. I don't think the state did a good job of what they doing. I don't know what they trying to prove, y'all. I just think that something ain't right. And it ain't funny, and they laughing and stuff, and ain't nothing funny. It's not funny. It just, and it looked like I don't want my boy Steele to lose it. I just don't want him to lose it. I want him to stay focused. I know he just considerately that they are doing Young Thug wrong, y'all, in this case. I don't know why they got them around. They need to put some more people right here. See? This is a good detective.
It's another closer view showing the trajectory. That hole where it originates at the rear of that headdress, it's actually coming through. And I believe that is the wound that Mr. Frederick Prothro received from the Atlanta police.
Looking at 171, see, is that just another close up?
That's just another of the same.
Same.
172.
It's a closer view.
The same.
Of the rod actually coming through the headdress.
And 173. And again 174.
Same.
173 is also the very same thing.
Same thing. Everything is the same.
74 is just, that's me actually holding it. Very unscientific, but just
this is state exit of 17-4.
Now,
174 C.
Not find any shell casings. I want to go back to 167C for a moment.
This is the best detective they don't have.
Now, when you were at the homicide cage, were you able to observe this vehicle in this condition as it is in this picture?
Yes.
Okay. How tall are you?
6'1".
Looking at that photo and your personal observation of looking at that vehicle, are you able to fit in the backseat of that car?
No.
Yeah, he crunched, but I'll be back there.
All right.
No, he wouldn't. And he's 6'1".
Now, when you got to the homicide cage, was this the condition that you found that vehicle?
Okay, the question is, shouldn't have been like, can you sit in the back of the seat? Yeah, if he pull the seat up, you can be back there. If he don't sit it, y'all done got to ask the question right, man.
Was there, do you know, or to your knowledge, were there items in the car prior to you seeing it at the homicide cage?
On the 126 Cleveland Avenue address, there were 3 firearms that were of particular concern to me, which I had collected by the officer I delegated, or the detective, Somerville, to collect.
Do you recall?
Good detective. Great detective. The best detective. But he didn't say that, Young Thug, like that. He was trying to get the boy to talk. Adrian. Bing. They're going to dismiss this case. Listen to Adrian.
Defense exhibit JW 158, 59, 160, I believe it's going to be through 169. Sure.
And this man are retired, y'all. Good detective.
And I actually may need Mr. Kokomo.
And the judge need to make it stop talking to everybody like they small. I don't like how he talking to everybody. He got a bad attitude.
16th, if I'm not mistaken.
Would you have put that date in your police report?
Yes.
We're looking at a copy of your police report, help refresh your memory as to when you started listening.
Okay.
Okay, that yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Show you what's been marked as State Exhibit 178C. Just flip through that, tell me if you recognize State Exhibit 178C.
Yeah, I recognize this as my supplementals.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of your supplementals regarding this case, the officer involved shooting?
Yes, ma'am.
And again, we're looking at a copy that help refresh your memory as to the date in which you started listening to jail calls.
Okay.
And I specifically direct your attention to page 30 of 47. At the top and at the bottom, you might say 40.
Excuse me, y'all. Sorry.
It said 47.
30 of 47.
30 and 47.
See, he gonna keep it real with you.
And I apologize, it might be 32 of 47.
I like her.
This one, for whatever reasons, out of order. Went back to 20. Let me see. Hold on. It might be me. Hold on. User error. I'm sorry. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, 9/16/13.
And when you started listening to jail calls on 9/16/13, did you get calls that were in between these dates?
I don't remember. I don't remember that.
Would it be safe to say that any calls you would have heard would have had to happen before you listened to them?
Yeah, absolutely.
So roughly between 9/11.
See, he a retired detective, y'all, in 2019. That's why I said this RICO is a trip. Good man, big
In
man.
preparation for this case today, have you had an opportunity to listen to some of those jail calls that you pulled back in September of 2013?
Yes, ma'am.
And in listening to those calls, are they a fair and accurate depiction of the calls that you pulled back in September of 2013?
Yes, ma'am.
And did there appear to be any additions or deletions to those calls that were made, that you pulled back in September 2013?
No.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would like to show Detective Quinn Exhibit 175, which contains calls A through C. Your Honor, Stacy Exhibit 175A was already admitted yesterday. 175 Charlie Alpha was already admitted yesterday, Your Honor. What is Stacy Exhibit 175 Charlie Bravo is actually a duplication of Defense Exhibit 205. So they've already been admitted. The other three calls, Your Honor, would be new exhibits, which would be Stacy Exhibits 175 Charlie Delta Echo.
He's trying to understand what y'all talking about.
Yes, 175 Charlie Alpha through Echo.
I'm glad to see him today, y'all. I am really glad to see him. I did not know that was him, this detective that was talking to Adrian Bean. This man don't play right here. He don't play. And he solved some of the hardest crime in Atlanta.
So I had already labeled it.
Can't play with him.
Now you say in front of the jury how unprepared I am. I am not unprepared for anything.
Okay,
I have
Mr.
no.
Steele,
I need to make
Mr.
a
Steele,
record. Your Honor, I
Mr.
need
Steele,
to
wait a
make
second.
this record.
When you keep delaying, okay, and that's what's happening to the court. You keep delaying and elongating and pushing out these particular our ability to present a seamless case in front of the jury. That's my purview as a judge. And I've asked you a number of times, you and your colleagues on both sides, to go ahead and listen to the whatever it is you need to do, prepare me as needed. Now, I asked you those two particular questions because if they turned over the audio to you in discovery and you've listened to them already, then you either have an objection or you don't have an objection. And I was trying to solicit from you whether or not we could just go ahead and just hear it. So you can imagine my frustration because all these little delays just elongate out our presentation in front of the jury. That's for your benefit, not for mine, Your Honor. So that's why I've told you all at various times during this particular case. It's not because I want to embarrass you, Mr. Steele.
That's what you did.
I'm trying to kind of keep this thing presented in a way that the jury can listen to it.
And the court is wrong. What
Okay,
happened was, let me finish, and I'm making this for the record. What happened is, and I don't get embarrassed by you, but I don't want to embarrass you. I made an objection that some of these jail calls have a third party who will not testify. I objected to hearsay. The state said it explains the effect.
Okay, which call?
Let him finish.
These calls, as you...
Okay, well then why aren't we taking them up beforehand?
The state just said, just now, these are the 3 additional calls that they want to introduce.
All right, well, then here's your response. I'm going to give you an acceptable response.
I'm going to
Judge,
make
hold
my
on.
motion. Huh? I need to make my motion.
Judge, there's more to this and we need to listen to these calls.
Right.
Then I would have put, no, you didn't say that though. So I wouldn't have had that opportunity. But that's why I keep telling you this, okay? I mean, like I told you, forewarned judge, a happy judge. All right, so had you just told me up front, Judge, we have not had the opportunity to listen to all of those calls. We've only been able to listen to 2. I want to listen to the other ones. And
I've listened to...
Okay, they need to be prepared. They need to be ready. They need to be set. They need to be go. And neither side are ready to be doing like that's what the judge trying to tell them that they need to be ready to go. And you sit here, listen, talking, telling that boy, Steele, I love you. And you know I'm crazy about you. But let me tell you, Mr. Steele, you are repeating yourself sometimes. I don't know if you need enough sleep or you are having enough sleep. But you need to be prepared when you come in that court because you're going slow. I understand what the judge said.
I know. I don't know what the third one they're trying to do.
Okay, well...
Listen, let me just finish. So you presuppose I don't know what the calls are. Well, I don't know what the third call is because Miss Hilton, who's professional, said, I'll take a break and I'll let you know what it is. But the other 2 calls are the baseball game and at the chicken. They're discussing chicken wings. Or chicken. I understand those calls. There's issues in those calls that you need to address. But I politely make an objection and say, Your Honor, based upon what you told me, which is what you told me, we'll take it up later. I wanted to raise it. You tell in front of the jury how unprepared I am. And let me tell you something. I am not unprepared. I don't appreciate the court telling me that.
I don't either.
And you don't...
He embarrassed you.
Tell the jurors that you were wrong when you admonished me last time. You said you wouldn't do that. This is the second time. And you know what it does to me? I don't care. I'm hurt because you're a court, but I really don't care. But what does it do to Mr. Williams?
Mr.
That's
Steele,
right.
I'm not trying to personally insult you or hurt your feelings, okay?
They need to move
You're
you,
a grown
Judge.
professional advocate. I am a grown professional jurist. And people say things to me that border on the
what it is that is objectionable. He keeps asserting something so that everybody in the ethos is asking, oh, where is this interview? Where's this recording? He's never seen one. He doesn't have a good faith basis asking for one. And yet he continues to put that question out there so that everyone in the universe has this idea, oh, the state is hiding something. Oh, the state destroyed evidence. Again, they sat there for a whole day asking witnesses about the destruction of evidence. There was no evidence that anybody destroyed any evidence, yet they stood there a whole day and asked someone about that. And then he asks a witness on the stand under the guise of impeaching him, do you recall that? Or didn't this happen? Or can you explain why the state...
That's what he's supposed to say.
Can you explain why the state failed to record your interview at the hospital? And he has no information.
What do you think he's supposed to say?
Hospital exists. So all of that, Your Honor, I don't know if Mr. Steele wants, to give an impression. I don't know. He's vigorously advocating for his client. That's what he is supposed to do. But I would ask that the court deny all of his motions. They are baseless. And I would ask, I've taken my licks from the court. We all have. And I'd ask that the court deny the motion for recusal. The court has made rulings that obviously the state hasn't agreed with. The court has made rulings that other people haven't agreed with. So this notion that somehow the court is biased, when as recently as a few days ago, I caught it.
They are biased.
Everywhere. I'd ask that the court just deny Mr. Steele's motions, all of them, out of hand.
All right. Ms. Hilton, do you have any explanation as to why this third call was just disclosed today? Is that true? Is Mr. Steele correct?
No, he is not, Your Honor. These calls have been turned over. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to send an email forward an email to defense counsel that shows when they access